This picture.
Wait. Hey y'all, we are back. World of Readers is back with some updates on Sean, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, the Diddler, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, we're going to talk about him. Hello.
Hey, were we live?
Yeah, I'm going to cut that out. Don't worry about it. I'm going to cut it out. I couldn't find... Sorry, y'all. I couldn't find the intro fast enough. And hey, y'all, it's been one of those days.
Yes.
We didn't even start
yet. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
tired. Like, I feel like I'm never going to take a nap again. Every time I take a nap, I'll wake up and it's more foolishness.
Oh my God.
Every time.
Yeah, I just got like 4 notifications. It's been a lot unfolding, y'all. Unless you're a Patrick Star and live under a rock, you will know that there's been constant updates about the accused, Sean Diddy Combs, aka the Diddler. And we did not come to you guys yesterday with any updates, so we're going to try to compile it all in right now. And yeah, it's a lot, but we're going to do our best to be thorough and keep y'all in the know, so you guys don't have to go around and collect everything. We did the collection for you. So I'm clapping for myself right now and for my good sis, because the articles kept articling.
Yes. It just seemed like every time I would hit send on something and then go back to like just scroll through Instagram regularly, you were sending something, I go to look at that, then I'm sending something else. It's like crazy. But again, welcome everybody. If you're new here, welcome back. If y'all been here, y'all know what to do. Y'all know we like for y'all to talk to us in these comments. So go ahead and make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. We are streaming on both channels, both mine and Barb's. So make sure y'all subscribed on both channels. Y'all liking on both channels, okay? And with that being said, hey Astute, my love, how are you, my boo? Hey Kim and Nicole.
Hi.
Hey Mother Black Diamond, how are you? Hey Yumina, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Yumina, if I'm not saying it correctly, I promise I am not mispronouncing it on purpose. I'm bad with names, y'all know that. But I hope you're doing good today. I hope you're doing good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and put this up here right now, girl, before we forget.
Huh? I put the wrong background up. I was clicking all types of stuff. Oh my God. Yes. We should probably put that up there, because I'm not trying to get sued either. I'm not trying to get sued either, y'all. So
okay, let's go ahead and get that started right now. Allegedly. Girl, do you see? Like, I feel like by the time this story is over, we're gonna have more people covering him than anything.
You said more people
The pictures just keep adding on and adding on.
I mean, yeah, there's
the names just keep adding on. Hey, DeQuasia, my love, how are you?
Hey, DeQuasia. If we're talking about you're having F-offs and all these types of parties and all these types of things, yes, over the span of X amount of years, yeah, they're gonna keep coming out the woodwork, and that's gonna just add to the counts and all of that when we do get to that point of everything. Oh, you guys are just... Hey, hi Shirley.
Hey Shirley. Hey Jamie. Oh, you missed us. We missed you too. We trying to get it back together, girl.
I mean,
we're trying to get it back together. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, y'all. This is actually good because it gives us a lot to jump right in and talk to you guys about. Where should we start? Where should we start?
Girl, who knows? I mean, who knows? Is it really a starting point at this point?
I don't think so. I don't think so, y'all. Well, okay, we'll start with like where we kind of ended off the other day, I guess. Let me go ahead and share. Where are we? We had to start a whole like collection. You know how they have the collections of in the albums in the Instagram? We literally had to start a collection, y'all, because there's just so many things coming down the pipeline. So we can start right here, I guess, where we left off on Monday. Last time we saw King Combs, Christian, whatever, and Justin, we saw them being temporarily detained. And we now found out that they have returned to the LA mansion to gather their personal belongings and got the F out of there. I don't blame them for that, but I'll read you what it says on the Jasmine brand. Loved ones of Diddy have seemingly relocated following the raids that took place at his homes on Monday, March 25th. The world watched as footage showed Diddy's Miami and Los Angeles homes being raided by Homeland Security as part of a federal sex trafficking investigation. Am I supposed to say that on here? I don't even know. Some reports claimed the music mogul's East Coast residence was hit as well. Diddy wasn't seen at any of the properties amid the raids, but two of his adult children, Christian Combs, 25, and Justin Combs, 30, were removed from the LA mansion and placed in handcuffs alongside others at the property as authorities conducted their search. King and Justin weren't arrested following their detainment and eventually were allowed to leave the premises. However, reports claim they returned later that night to gather a few personal items. They arrived at the property separately, with Justin reportedly returning around 10:30 p.m. It said that he left with a few boxes and luggage. King arrived a few hours later, according to a report from TMZ, and left after gathering some of his own belongings. Update number one, in case anybody was worried about whether they actually did get legitimately arrested or or did he leave them out to dry or whatever. As much as we know right now is what I just said.
He left them out to dry, like allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly because I ain't got the money to be fighting in court like that. But he left them out to dry. Like at the end of the day, sir, you had your plane on a decoy. And you was pacing back and forth at Miami in Miami at the private airport. You was about to get you was about to get goose. You was about to disappear and leave your sons here to take the rap, to take the fall. Now, I've been seeing different things, and I'm sure we'll get into it. People saying that these sons were somehow involved with what's going on. But I mean, at the end of the day, I just feel like as the parent, if you got your sons involved in this foolishness, you're supposed to take that lick. You supposed to take that lick. You supposed to sit up there and make sure that don't nothing happen to your sons and that they wasn't caught up in the foolishness if you got them involved in it. But girl, let's keep going. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, although they weren't legitimately arrested or anything like that, I feel like for me personally, them even being temporarily detained in that moment was enough for me. Like I would want to have safeguarded my children like way, like go over, don't even go across town, like go several states away. Hey cousin, go several states away, because I wouldn't want my children to even witness that or anything like that. I would want them to be super far away from all of that. But he only knows what he's.
But let's be clear. Diddy ain't no stupid man, right? Brother Love, the Diddler, whatever you want to call him. Inmate 75123. Whatever you may want to call him at this point, right? He's not a stupid man. So when stuff was going down with Cassie in November, why wasn't you putting them on a plane with a new identity to somewhere that does not have extradition baked in? Like my kids I would have involved or not. We don't know the extent of their involvement or if they were involved. But especially if they were not involved, I would have definitely got my kids up out of here a long time ago. Somewhere
Yeah.
with no extradition. We would have been getting some stuff liquid.
Yeah.
They would have had some liquid funds and we would have been up out of here.
Yeah. We only going to see the extent of how much he didn't safeguard his children as things continue to fall out right now. I mean, that's all we know, y'all. He was doing all that flying out of um, yeah, okay. So what now? What now?
It's so much. Just pick one. Look.
I know. I'm like, I still
Just
gotta
pick
check.
one.
Okay, we'll just go down the line. Diddy's alleged drug mule arrested at Miami airport. Brendan Paul. Oh, let me. Yeah, this is the right one. Brendan Paul, 25, accused of being Diddy's drug mule, was arrested by Miami-Dade police alongside Homeland Security agents at Opa-locka Airport in Miami, trying to board at the same time the rapper's mansion was raided by police. Paul was referred to as Diddy's drug mule in a $30 million lawsuit Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed against Diddy. So this is the alleged mule, y'all. And actually, I have a picture in case nobody believes that these two individuals would hang out. Exhibit A. They've been seen together, so there's some type of relationship there.
I don't think this was a coincidence. Like he just happened to be arrested transporting on the day that the mansions was raided. I don't think it was a coincidence. I think they're trying to hit who and what they can while they can when they can. And I think they're gonna start with trying to hit the people. Like if you just the mule, right? That's bringing the issue back and forth. You probably would be more likely to talk on what you know, to try to get a deal versus somebody who maybe has the amount of money did he have, or maybe a little bit less, like the people in that ring of celebrity people who participated in these parties. So no, I do not think it was a coincidence. I think they're gonna go for as many of the low hanging fruit. Sorry, young man, but that's what you are in comparison to Diddy. Like they always try to get the low hanging fruit, the foot soldiers as they called, you know what I'm saying, before they get the big person, like to get enough evidence. I'm sorry, to get enough evidence to bring them down or to try to give you a deal. Because I mean, at this point, if you wasn't around there getting swallowed or making people get swallowed, and you was just delivering the drugs, but you might have saw some things like we can give you probation, we can give you community service, we can give you 2 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And boom, you gonna give us what you know on him because you don't want to do that time like that.
Yeah.
Hey Macy Pooh.
Hi, Mace. You pretty much hit the nail on the head with that. They're going to try to milk him for information. I mean, if knowing what I know about these types of things, yes, typically this type of person in the whole operation of it all would be milked for information to get the bigger, fish in this type of case. I don't think it was a coincidence either. I don't know how it was all done. I don't obviously work for any of these 3-letter agencies, but it wasn't a coincidence. I'll say that. But yeah, as you guys saw, they do have some type of connection. So I guess we'll just have to see on that one. Moving on. Moving on, y'all. I'm trying to look and see what came before. We already talked about Candace Owens, I believe. Oh.
Yeah, we did. Listen, he might want to go back across the pond. He might well go back across the pond and ask for his title back. I don't know. But in reading it though, it just says that he was in like he was used basically to say this is the kind of celebrity I can put you in proximity with, or you can potentially be in the room with these people. But they said that basically the only time that them two really saw each other was at that benefit concert or whatever concert it was for Princess Diana. May she rest in peace. Because she probably up there giving the queen hell for how they did her, but that's another video for another day, okay? But and speculation about what's going on beyond this realm. But Kanye was there as well as his brother, the bald head ugly one, because he the cutest out of them two. The bald head ugly one was in the background too. So it didn't really say he was at the Schmeckshoffs. You know what I'm saying? It didn't say, the diddler had him diddled or him and the diddler was diddling together. It didn't say that. So I think you just, you pull out the name, but I mean, I wouldn't want to be a girl. I'd be like, ooh, I don't know that man. I'd be like Helen Keller when it comes to this man. I don't know him.
Yeah,
That's how I would be.
we can't say that he was directly involved with the actual ordeals, but if he was, I mean, and I think it was the video that you sent me this morning. It's like, okay, but he could have been, if we're talking about mansions and stuff, he could have been in the whole other West Wing. Like, he didn't necessarily have to be right there. Only time will kind of tell. But I did think it was mighty, like, of all people, like, what? Like, literally, the people that have been coming out the woodwork to be connected to this whole thing is talk about a interesting matchup. Very interesting. But y'all, let's keep it moving right along. Do we need to talk about, does this have the pictures? This is just showing the picture.
Now that's what I want to see.
What's
Why
that?
they got to be tearing people house apart like that?
Because they're looking for
Why? What?
trace evidence,
What I
forensic
mean, Lord,
evidence.
y'all can't look neatly. Y'all just gotta put the stuff all up out my cabinets. I mean, I
No,
understand they was looking, but girl, and I'm not just saying this because it's him. I'm just saying, period. Like whenever you see them searching people's house, like just be everywhere. I would have to ask y'all not about to come back and clean this up.
that's what a raid is. Like, it's not going to be.
Y'all
I
not about to
mean,
come back
don't.
and clean this up.
That's
Girl, I wonder
just
what was in that safe.
procedure. We're trying to get in, we're trying to get
I
out, and
wonder
keep
what's
it
in
moving.
that safe. I mean, good God, good God.
Oh well. But some people were
I'm
saying,
just
like,
saying this for
look at
anybody.
how the
I
house
just
looks
feel
so
like
clean. Was it clean in the first place? Really, a lot of people are saying, because it's like, I don't know. I understand, yeah, tossing a room, but I don't know. It don't look like it was kept up that much anyway. I'm just saying.
girl. Mm, baby, you might as well sell that house. I don't know who would want to buy it at this point. Somebody would. I wouldn't, but that's ridiculous.
I was trying to look and see if I saw something from earlier, but I don't see it anymore.
That's
There must be.
ridiculous, girl.
Yeah. So felt a way about that. Moving on, let us talk about. Let us get into. I think we touched on this a bit, but we can get back into this one right here. Former Motown Records CEO, Ethiopia. I'm not going to try to testify against Diddy in exchange for being dropped from X trafficking lawsuit. I have personal knowledge of the facts. If called upon as witness, I could and would competently testify. Yeah, this is his former Motown Records CEO. This is another individual that I would say kind of like the drug mule of it all. If she is called to testify, that's going to be the defense is not going to be pretty happy about that, I will say. Yeah.
I feel like this. If she had knowledge of the sex trafficking and wasn't saying nothing and she was pocketing money, she don't need no deal. I don't care what. I might give her a deal for 40 years instead of 45. Like if you knew that people were being trafficked, you shouldn't get no deal.
That means you were complicit in it.
I mean, at the end of the day, allegedly, they've been investigating him for some years now. Like it didn't just start with the Cassie thing. Allegedly, they've been investigating him for some years. So, and by the time when the feds roll out to you, they pretty much already got their case. You know what I'm saying? They coming to see what else they could probably get on you, from my understanding of how it works. Now, I could be wrong because I don't work for none of them people, and I don't work in law enforcement. I got my investigative degree from IDTV and Law and Order, all the series, SVU, and all of them. That's it. So I don't know, but that's usually how it works. But I just don't feel like if you knew what was going on and you stood by and you said nothing, you were silent, then you were complicit, and your ass need to go to jail too. That's how I feel about it.
I can agree.
But I mean, girl, go ahead and give us the story.
Depending on who it is. Oh, you want me to read this? Are you talking about her?
No, I meant her. Go ahead and give us your story. Give us your testimony, but
I mean,
exactly, D. They all needs to be locked up, D. I agree.
I'm kind of wondering. I always kind of look at people twice when they are so forthcoming at the same time, because it's like, okay, but where do you fall into all of this? Because sometimes people will just come out with it so that they can beat them before they get to them and all that, but and kind of present how they can be of value to the investigation. So I don't know, my third eye is still kind of like on her. Hey, princess.
Hey guys, we glad you made it.
With the research, I mean, it's a federal case, so
they've been building for a while. Okay, because baby, they came in by plane, train, bus, walk, feet, scuba divers, and everything else. I'm just saying.
It's a federal case, so yeah, they were going to no holds barred at this point. The assets that those types of agencies have, yeah, okay, let's keep going.
Girl, Mace, we better see you in nobody documentary, girl. We better see you in the documentary, Mace. A lot of them knew what was going on. I used to intern for a record company in the 90s, and the same crap was going on. Girl, you better.
What?
Girl, Mace gonna be on the Netflix special, talking, giving her stories.
I cannot. Oh wait, I thought this was the. Oh, this is the one. Okay, we can listen to what they were saying on the Breakfast Club. No, sorry, y'all. Like we said, there's a lot of these, so bear with it.
Diddy's homes in LA and in Miami yesterday afternoon, and we have the news report.
Search warrant activities at both of Combs' homes are related to an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. However, now agents with Homeland Security raided two homes belonging to Combs, one here in Miami Beach, the other in Los Angeles. And a neighbor tells me that about 30 to 40 law enforcement officers showed up to the house out here and carried out this search warrant.
You know what's crazy? That I have here that Diddy was not named as the focus of the investigation at this time. So why was they doing all that?
That's what I don't understand.
It's a lot going. It's like for a show.
That's what I said last night. I was thinking to myself, what do they know about this situation? Because if he's the focus of the investigation, he wasn't the focus of the investigation to Homeland Security, but he definitely was the focus of the investigation to social media.
Yeah, he was. You know,
it was a show. I mean, the way that they came air, land, and sea. They act like he was with the mob and they were gonna have a gun battle and a gun shootout. We've never seen anything like that for alleged whatever it was, but they act like they were going for the mob.
But clearly they know something if they did all of that. So I'm just saying, what is the why is what I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, they placed both of his sons, Justin Combs and King Combs, in handcuffs.
Mhm.
The TMZ also tracked Diddy's personal jet, Love Air LLC, and is currently on the ground in Antigua, which is in the Caribbean, which sparked rumors that Diddy was fleeing or whatever. But then TMZ posted like 2 hours after his homes were raided that he was just walking around on the phone. You know what I mean?
Did they have warrants for Diddy? They have warrants for nobody, right?
I don't know.
To arrest anybody?
Yeah.
No, because they would have been arrested. I guess they had just a warrant to, I guess, to look what they were to
investigate.
Yeah, investigate what they were looking for.
And then they bothering Carisha online. I seen on X, somebody said, well, where Carisha at? Like thousands of people reposted it. And she said, right here, what's up? But I'm just like, Carisha, you don't have to say nothing. Like you don't. You really, really don't know. Like it's
You ain't had to say nothing.
These people. You know what I mean?
It feel like we watching a TV show.
Yeah,
and like in the TV show just starting to get good.
It's continuing here.
And we about to figure out what the hell's been going on.
So federal agents raided Diddy's home.
Okay. Actually, before we even dive into that, let me play this other one too, because I have a question about these types of individuals. 1 second.
Without no criminal charges, this man is lower than the devil right now. Everybody he big said more money, more problem, man. Hey, this dude is on the list of the worst people in the world right now without no criminal charges to the community, to the world, man. Like, what? We can't really just go off of he say, she say, to me, my personal opinion. I never can, at least. So I'm not going to say that off of that. I'm going to, go with whatever I can see that's factual. You know what I'm saying? So just say he didn't do none of this shit. Just say that we judge people out for the cases they catch. Let's say we judge people out for the real criminal charges they catch. Would we be able to say anything about this dude since the beginning? Nothing since the beginning was a criminal. He never went to jail for nothing that people say he did. The Cassie thing, I still don't believe it was. I don't know the details of it, though. Don't get me caught up and y'all gonna have me on whatever. I'm not saying he innocent or not. I'm just saying normally with whoever, if it's Diddy, if it whoever it is, I'm not gonna just believe what say off the top. I'm gonna always say, I wonder if they just trying to get some bread because they're rich, or if this real factual shit, if they money just running out or whatever. So I could be right, I could be wrong about shit. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong about nothing. All I can do is just speculate. You know what I'm saying? So my speculations, that's what I thought, and I got in trouble for saying it.
Okay, whatever. And one last thing, y'all. I'm just trying to gather all the people that I've seen speaking, I guess you could say, in his defense. So we also had this right here. Our favorite person, Tyrese, also decided to part his lips and say some bullshit.
I see. I'm just saying, Tyrese guaranteed to be on the wrong side of everything. That is one thing he is consistent at, being on the wrong side of bullshit.
So as you guys see, Tyrese went on to say, what I can't do and what I won't do is downplay the laughter, the fun, the energy, the inspiration, the award shows, the studio sessions, the most legendary parties and events I've ever attended in my life. And I also can't act as if my high school backyard parties throughout South Central LA wasn't the craziest parties ever because of the bad boy on slew of hit record I don't condone, nor do I support. Y'all get the point.
Tell me you want to be part of the case without telling me you want to be part of the case.
Tell me your name is going to pop up at some point.
You just implicated yourself being at these parties and them giving you parties at your house. Tell me you want to be part of the case in the indictment when and if it comes down. Tell me you want to be a part of it without telling me you want to be a part of it. It's so stupid. Go ahead, girl.
I just wanted to highlight these types of individuals because I want you guys to know that these are types of people that you should never be around, because those types of people clearly are complicit with those types of behaviors. And okay, you're talking about don't tear down a black man. Okay, but what about that other black man that's filed the lawsuit in the first place? What about that black man? What about all of the other victims that have came out and said things that have been said for the better part of my life at this point? I'm not understanding why we can't just focus on those individuals and why we continue to try to bring honor upon someone's name that clearly he don't care about his own name. If that's the type of behaviors he can engage in behind closed doors or in front of closed doors, however you want to put it. Tyrese needs to keep it. I think it was Tyrese that pissed me off the most with that.
I must say all of them. So since Clarice was the last person we was talking about, sir, go pay that woman that child support. That's what you need to be worried about. That's what you need to be worried about. Go take care of your churn. Stop crying on the internet every 2 to 3 business days. We sick of it. You are exactly the character that you played in Baby Boy without the ending. You need to go sit down somewhere, touch grass hill, and grow the fuck up. Oh, because he gave legendary parties. I'm going to stand by him. Sir, the legendary parties are in question. So thank you, DAF, whoever is over this doing this, the city of New York, people of New York, pending people of New York, whoever it is that's over this, go ahead and pick his ass up too. Go ahead and detain him and give him the attention that he's looking for because he want to be part of it too. Second of all, Slim Thug, you got more hair on your chin than on your head. It looked like you was balding up here. Go ahead and let it go. You took a hot comb to your beard and decided to come up here and tell us this foolishness. If you ain't watching it, if you ain't following it, what the hell are you making a comment about it for? Shut up. Why are you defending this? Like, we're not going to act like we ain't been hearing about Diddy, these parties, the abuse. Like, do y'all remember the story that came out when he allegedly broke Kim Porter's nose? Do y'all remember the lady back in the day when Shine took the fall and the lady was in the court saying Shine didn't pop out her? It was Diddy who pop out her. So why we about to sit up here and act like this ain't something that's been coming? Like, people ain't been talking. Like, the stories ain't been there.
I don't know.
It's just traction now. So I don't know who the powers that be, who he done mad, who he done pissed off, who he don't want to, who got tired of covering it and his cover up is downfall person. I don't know who he done mad, but they told him he on his own with this one and they done stepped away. Because we're not going to act like if he didn't have somebody in his back pocket from all these years ago, this stuff wouldn't have been came out. Somebody was just helping him hide it. He had a cover up person. That's it. That's all. As far as the Breakfast Club, I don't know why y'all playing. Stop playing with me. Why is Just with the mess even here? Girl, you should be gone. You should be. It ain't time for her to be on maternity leave yet. It ain't time for her to be on maternity leave yet because. Poor girl.
Yeah, I appreciate this.
You a woman. This is a case with Schmeck's trafficking. So say you a woman and you going up for this and this is too much. Carisha, you ain't gotta say nothing. Why? Carisha was openly volunteering when she was going back and forth with Boo Boo Kitty or whatever her name was, talking about she was gonna make Diddy eat her coochie. Now we find out he was around here selling your coochie too. I hope the golden showers was worked it. They need to shut up.
I don't know.
And Charlamagne, you should be the last one being quiet because we ain't forgot about the girl in your past. Hirsch. Some topics you shouldn't just discuss.
This right here. This is exactly what I was thinking the entire time. No, this right here. This is exactly what I was talking about when I brought that up. Like, they clearly that the willful ignorance that I was seeing when all three of them were speaking screams, yeah, because we have some type of relation to the network or the person or whatever, that we're going to act like we don't understand why this is all happening the way it is and why they're using that level of force. It's a federal case. Like, it's not just going to be a knock on the door. Oh, let's wait to be let in, and oh, you don't want to let us in? Okay, we'll come back tomorrow. Like, it's not going to be that type of force for that level of crime. I don't know if you guys follow these types of things, but I think I think it was like last month that or let me just say, when you go into those types of situations and you are trying to serve warrants or, search premises and all that type of stuff, like you do have to use a certain level of force. Otherwise, people, you think if somebody who committed these types of offenses knew that you were going to be coming to their door in 30 seconds, you think that they were just going to stand there and take it? Like, no, the average person doesn't want to freaking go to jail and have to face the consequences for their actions a lot of times. So yeah, that's why they rolled up in planes, trains, boats, and every other type of thing on wheels. Like, people have literally lost their lives going into situations like that and not protecting themselves and safeguarding themselves while trying to even investigate these types of matters. And didn't homeboy blow up somebody's car? You think I'm just gonna walk up there like, hey,
allegedly,
can I keep the property? Allegedly, if somebody blew up my car, you think I'm gonna? No, machine gun. And also, we need to stop acting like just because certain people have some redeeming qualities, and I'll say that loosely, we need to stop acting like just because they've done something for the economy or the culture or society or whatever, that doesn't mean that these individuals should be exempt from facing the music when it's time. Like, just because he may have done some cool things on this side doesn't mean that those cool things outweigh how, those victims were allegedly violated. That's what I don't understand. I mean, last time I checked, Ted Bundy was super charismatic, but that doesn't mean that he should have got off scot-free, in my opinion. Just because you're a charmer or because you've done certain nice things doesn't mean that you shouldn't be held accountable. That's what I don't understand about all these individuals right now, speaking in his defense. Oh, we can get into that one next.
Waiting to see.
I'm
waiting to see because he ain't made a comment yet.
Well, this resurfaced. I don't know if you guys saw this, but
no, I ain't never.
New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah, that's what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just
moved to New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah, that's what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just
moved to New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy
and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you saying?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't
and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really.
Didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans, Jodeci.
And your parents didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
Okay. I mean, you said.
I mean, it probably meant flavor, as in. So you had to get your, swag. Back then they were saying flavor or whatever. But
I mean, he said Craig Mack, and that was his Flavor in Your Ear was his song. So I mean, I don't know.
But I mean, it just takes on a different. It just connotation now when it's a flavor party, like a flavor camp. Like what kind? Like if it was a flavor camp and he was supposed to be learning how to be an artist, Why is he at parties with all of this going on? And girl, listen, I'm not sending my child to stay with none of these people. Like, I'm not sending my child to go live with nobody nowhere for a year. Baby, where's the camp? Is it a couple months? Can it happen over the summer while he at school and I'm coming with him? And he just talking about like, oh, he ain't say nobody ain't try to get with him. If y'all was trying to help him as a teenager sleep with grown ass women, they are predators. Y'all are predators too, and it needs to be clink clink. But girl, we need an updated statement, but I doubt we get one. But this is yikes.
Yeah. Over here, I have. So this morning, I saw now J-Lo's name was getting thrown into the mix, and I was like, really, like, okay, I really can't keep up at this point. But as you see, based on the title, that was brought to us by the New York Post. Jennifer Lopez got honest about past abusive relationships before ex-Diddy's home raids. There was a quote in here I wanted to pinpoint, y'all. So in this, she said, there were people in my life who said, I love you, and then didn't do things that were kind of in line with the word love. Being thrown around and manhandled like that is not fun, Lopez said in the documentary without naming which ex she was referring to. I mean, I was never in a relationship where I got beat up, thank God, but I've definitely been manhandled and a couple of other unsavory things. Where's the other quote? She was using some interesting word choice, I feel like, in what she was saying. So I kind of just wanted to ask you guys, do you feel like she's going to be getting a blast from the past in a negative way, or what? What do we feel like her connection to this is, or are people just bringing her name up in it just to bring her name up in it?
Hey, sweet pea, my love. So I don't know, because allegedly, child, she was in on the foolishness with him. They said allegedly that she in one article I read, I think I sent it, but I don't remember. Allegedly, she was the one who snuck in the pow for the incident that happened with Shine, where Shine ended up taking the charge. So listen, don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. Jenny was working the block, I guess, girl. I don't know. I mean, but I'm not surprised. So many other names. Isn't when she wore that green dress where everything was almost out when she was with him? Oh, okay. That's how he like his woman.
I mean,
we'll see. We'll see what her name gets brought up as.
Yeah, I also heard that too, that she was playing her role at that time to assist with the operations and everything. So and then I also saw how people made mention of like, okay, you see, after she left him and stuff, like, you see she's kind of done like a 180 with her image and everything. How now, like, yeah, she was Jenny from the block back then or whatever, and now she's just married to Ben Affleck, and she's just living a very opposite, I guess, life, is what a lot of people were saying too. So they're like, I wonder if that has to do with
She nasty. She nasty and she rude.
I'm talking about her image. Yeah.
They say she nasty. Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but I just meant in regards to how she's rebranded herself.
To how she's portrayed, yeah.
But yeah, y'all. So that's what we have for this individual. What next? Oh, I guess we can go on over here to Mr. Cuba Gooding Jr. Where is it? Okay, right here. Sorry, I got like 25 million tabs open. Okay, so this is also brought to us by the Jasmine brand. Diddy accused of harassing Lil Rod's 8-year-old daughter, plus producer accuses Cuba Gooding Jr. of touching, groping, and fondling his legs and upper inner thighs near his groin. Music producer Lil Rod is making new allegations against Diddy and updated the defendants in his lawsuit. According to reports, the beatmaker recently accused the billionaire of harassing him and his family members and is now also suing actor Cuba Gooding Jr. for sexual misconduct. Reportedly, the new complaint claims that defendant Sean Diddy Combs sent hired help to the home of Rodney, Lil Rod Jones' 8-year-old daughter, and her mother in an effort to intimidate them. Intimidation popping up again. Interesting. Additionally, Jones claims that individuals also paid a visit to his ex-spouses and that Diddy, through other parties, has attempted to make contact with him as well. Seeing as though the two are currently embattled in an ongoing SA lawsuit, Jones' lawyer wrote that the music professional and his family have become fearful of Diddy being engaged in concerning behavior and are seeking court intervention. As you may know, Jones filed a $30 million lawsuit against Diddy in February, alleging that while collaborating on Diddy's 2023 Love album Off the Grid, Jones was subjected to drugging, harassment, and coercion from the hip-hop veteran. In an amendment to the suit filed on Monday, March 25th, Jones reportedly added Cuba Gooding Jr. as another defendant, accusing him of SA and Mole. The amendment reportedly claims that the Bad Boys founder attempted to pass off Jones to Gooding at one of his yacht parties in January 2023, detailing the incident. An excerpt from the legal document reportedly reads, Cuba Gooding Jr. began touching, groping, fondling Mr. Jones' legs, his upper inner thighs near his groin, the small of his back near his buttocks, and his shoulders. As part of evidence, Jones reportedly submitted an image of himself with the Oscar-winning actor and another photo of Gooding speaking with Diddy. His lawyer argues that Diddy failed to step in and stop Gooding from SAing Jones. The newest allegation against Gooding follows a string of misconduct complaints the actor has faced over the past few years. So yeah, that's his connection to this whole thing, y'all.
Listen, this not looking good for Lil Radio. He was already in handcuffs. You can Google it if you don't believe me. Google it. He was already in handcuffs for another SA case. Okay, yep. So
I think that was like 2019, like in recent years. This isn't like back in the day or nothing. You wonder why we don't really see him on our screen like that anymore. He be elsewhere doing stuff, apparently, I guess.
He should have stayed playing radio and kept his hands to himself.
Yeah, it's there's just so many people. That's why there's so many bubbles back here on this background, because people just keep being connected to this matter and another. So that's him. As far as, I guess we'll get into the Young Miami of it all. Y'all, Carisha. So we all know that we have been seeing Carisha around this man for forever, and a lot of us were saying, no, Ron, don't do it. But no, apparently she went ahead and did whatever anyway. That whatever being, as you can see based on the title, social users react to claims that Young Miami was Diddy's ex-worker and does the white powdery stuff and transported it on private jet for him in an ex-trafficking lawsuit. Ex-workers received payment via wire transfer. Neighbors, it's no secret that Lil Rod started a forest fire after accusing Diddy of forcing him to sleep with ex-workers, watch him shower naked, groom him into accepting a homosexual relationship, and more. the lawsuit was amended and more information is now available, which includes shocking claims about Young Miami. Young Miami, Diddy's former girlfriend, interesting, was listed as an alleged ex-worker for the now disgraced music mogul. In the lawsuit, he alleges that Diddy's ex-workers, Young Miami, Jade, and Daphne Joy, would receive wire transfers or cash payments from Robin Greenhill. Lil Rod alleges that this X ring, which is allegedly organized by Diddy and members of other music companies, also included minors. He says he witnessed several parties where minors were given alcohol and drugs. He says being there made him uncomfortable, but Diddy allegedly took his car keys and wouldn't let him leave. That's not the only time he felt pressured by Diddy. In 2022, he says Diddy invited him into a bathroom to do Coca-Cola and asked Lil Rod, did he have $100 bill? When Rod said no, Diddy allegedly waited to do it with Young Miami. In the amended version, Lil Rod details how Diddy allegedly loves pink Coca-Colas, a combination of ecstasy and Coca-Cola that he got from his drug mule, Brendan Paul, who was arrested Tuesday. Per the lawsuit, one time Diddy wanted Coca-Cola so bad after one of his dealers forgot it that Young Miami brought it for him on a private jet. Homeland Security has confiscated all of Diddy's electronics, so more info about this case will be available soon. That's the breakdown, y'all.
So, I mean, you got podcast of the year when you only put out about 3. But I ain't going to talk about your consistency, girl, because I got to work on mine. But Mal, was it worth it? You talked about how you like to be peed on. And all of this other stuff. Like, was that worth it to now be listed as a schmex worker for this man who used to bring him the drugs and do the drugs with him? So basically, he was your pimp. He was pimping you out and paying you about wire transfer, allegedly. Girl, no, ma'am. It wasn't worth it. Now you about to be locked up. The wonder you talk about it's about to be a good summer. It might be your last one free for a little while.
Do y'all feel like
girls still up? To me, they down $1 million with this.
Do y'all feel like this is why? I'm asking them in the comments. Do you guys feel like this is why JT has been distancing herself from Carisha? Why she's been doing a lot of more solo projects? I know you do. I'm asking them. Do y'all feel like that's why? She seems like, I'm not saying she's dumb or anything like that, but yeah, like Feisty saying, like I can believe it. It just that's the energy she was giving off with that. Remember that big dumbass sign? Like she was just at his beck and call or whatever, and it was clearly giving transactional relationship because he was not claiming her. That's why you saw me pause when it said girlfriend. I was like, girlfriend. She seems like the type that's like down to try anything. She seems like the type that's down to do things at least one time, to do anything at least one time. And I don't know. She just seemed like she would, just go along with some shit. She seems easily manipulated, honestly. Maybe not even manipulated. Maybe just genuinely convinced, like, yeah, this is cool to do. When you could have just had all these same things on your own back. Like, she held them down when JT was in freaking jail. So why couldn't she keep that same momentum and be on her ish without worried about being stuck, getting transactions from him? Why? And you remember how he used to talk to her? Like, my stomach hurts now. Just thinking about this. And I guess this is Daphne. Daphne Joy.
She said they go together.
Cousin. Remember the whole cousin thing?
She said they go together real bad, and he was like,
whatever.
I go together with everybody real bad. I go together with you when I'm with you. And then it was like, oh, I want a marriage. I want to be with somebody who's, and then she was right back. So girl, you better be around here trying to talk about I couldn't get away. I had to do it. And this, that, and the third, because you were willing, but then you can't even say that because you literally got on the internet and told this girl, before Diddy make you eat my... That's what she said. You know what I'm saying? He was gonna make that girl eat her cooch, eat her box, girl. So how many people have he made eat your box? How many people have he made you get pissed on? Bye. What did you gain from it? Because it's not gonna be worth nothing if an indictment come down to your name on that indictment and you go to jail. Then what? City girls down $1 million for this. Ain't no way you could talk about act up, you could get snatched up, and all of this other stuff you be around here talking about and doing. You know what I'm saying? And you around here I can't say that word on here, huh?
I've been saying words.
You around here being trafficked. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna just say it, because if he was trafficking you or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you were part of that and you allow him to traffic you, girl, you was a whole prostitute for the #1 podcasting awards and a chance to go to the damn ball. What's that thing that they all get dressed up for every year? The Met Gala, girl. That's what you, for a podcast where you have to sit up there and say that you like to get pissed on and ask people about their sexual stuff, because you never asked them anything of depth. None of her interviews were anything was depth. It was all about nasty stuff. Girl, was you using the podcast to recruit for who y'all was gonna have next up in the events? Like, you can't deny that. Like, you've done things to implicate yourself. You said things to implicate yourself. You was around here with the sign talking about your daddy and this and the third, whole time he pimping you out, but y'all go together real bad. We be big pimping it. I'm just saying, girl, ain't no girl.
I've been confused.
I'm so listen. Listen. You're not about to control where I go, what I do, or how much money. Because what was the benefit of trafficking? Like, I don't understand this. Like, that's not your man if he around here trying to sell your coochie. Because most men want their woman body to themselves. They don't want you, like, they like when you look good, because they get a kick out of when other men look at it to be like, oh yeah, but that's mine. You know what I'm saying? Look, but don't touch, that's mine. But dang, girl, girl, go poppy, just out here looking stupid. Just out here looking, girl.
We've been saying this though since she popped out with him in the first place. We've been saying this. So you willfully allowed yourself to get in this situation. So whatever comes of it, comes of it. It sucks. I mean, it sucks because she has a likable personality, but you decided to get involved in some stuff that you clearly knew wasn't the right thing to do, and you chose to do that anyway. But my thing is you literally could have gotten these things in time yourself. And even beyond,
this is the definition. This is the definition, the very definition of strange things for some change, girl. What? Ain't no way.
And you're not even. I don't even
like when I have to take the nasal, like the congestion spray that just stick up your nose, let alone stick something else up my nose, girl.
I mean, that's. I can't speak for that. I just think that anybody
I don't like nothing up my nose, let alone doing something.
I think that anybody who actually genuinely cares about you, even beyond having that person share their body, anybody who really cares about you truly is not going to have you in harm's way like that and potentially get your own career thrown out and all that stuff. So him even propositioning you to even get involved in this type of activity should have told you that he really don't put you like that. Period.
Yeah. That's my thing. Like, I don't even understand when you and this is just in life, period, not talking about Diddy. When you are fooling with somebody and they truly care about you, if they know they about to go do some BS, if they know if they on some fugazi stuff, they don't even want you on that type of time, man. They're gonna be like, listen, I need to go handle this. They ain't telling you nothing. That way, if they get caught up, you and them people come to ask you a question, you don't know nothing about what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't putting you in there if they really care about you.
Exactly.
Why y'all around here talking about, oh, She took the charge for him because yeah, he ain't never cared about you because he would have took his own charge. Stop being around here taking charges. Stop being around here doing all of this extra stuff for these men. Girl, work a little bit harder. You could have kept going. She has a pretty face, girl. You could have been around here collecting a Fashion Nova check, a Sheen check, a Shoe Dazzle check, a Gucci check, a Coach check. Go be a brand ambassador for somebody. Build up your money. And girl, talk about city girl sprinkle around this. You is not one of the sprinkle girls because the sprinkle lady ain't bought up in this. This some foolery and fuckery.
I guess she really wanted to live her rap lyrics, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get myself in situations like this because I'm not about to be in nobody's prison. Unless it's
I'd rather be a $1 million whore than a $40 whore. I'd rather not be a whore at all.
What you're getting at with that, but yeah, this is not even.
I get what she's saying. I get what she's saying, but
you got yourself involved in it, and now you're going down too. It'd be one thing if you were just getting the money and your hands were clean, but your hands are dirty while you're getting the money. So.
Right.
Like it doesn't even that's not real city girl shit. Real city girl shit is not getting involved in the shit directly. And if I was her, I'd have my own little people doing stuff. Oh, you want me to do? Okay, they gonna do it for me so that my hands always remain clean. That's day one shit. But again, I don't know.
Didn't he get her mother out of jail? Did he get her out of jail, or did she complete her time?
Her mom was. I don't even know. Like I said, I guess she really wanted to be about that life. And okay, if you really want to be about that life, then I mean, now you're gonna have to suffer the consequences of what comes on the other side of that life. Because 9 times out of 10, being involved in this type of stuff, it's only going to fare one of two ways, either in the ground or behind bars. So she picked her choice. She'll have to deal with that. Period.
Girl, now please stop these drug dealer girlfriend fantasies.
That's because that's what it's giving, but she did a failed job of it, so not my business.
Yeah, they say they boosters in her family, but I'm just saying, like, allegedly. So but I knew that she was gonna be implicated in whatever went down with him when it came out that her cousin was involved in the foolishness. I was like, girl, I was taking her back.
I gotta go.
Well, what? The lack of talent is right because she can't rap. Them ABC Dora the Explorer raps.
It's her personality that people really flock to. I'm pretty sure. Like, obviously, no, it's definitely not the rhymes. Yeah, it's just the personality. I don't know how bubbly she's gonna be after this because I would be straight faced.
She can't. Mace, I need you to go to the corner.
What the fuck?
I need Mace to go to the corner. I really want to hear what Mace have to say.
That's why I started laughing. But
I need Mace to give me some commentary because this is hilarious.
That's wild.
Wow. Well, maybe child,
I don't know. I guess she.
I mean, maybe she won't follow in her. Maybe she won't follow in her mom's footsteps and spend a little time. But she says she going to the feds. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watching.
And they are. So everybody who's parting their lips to say dumb shit right now should probably lawyer up and close their lips. Just saying. I mean, I ain't got no law degrees. I got a couple degrees, but they're not no law degrees. But that's just my 2 cents if I was involved in any of this or knew that I could potentially be intertwined in this, because we're going back years, decades, y'all. This isn't just within the last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. We're going back years. So if I even thought for a second, oops, yep, I was at that party back in 2006. Let me call my lawyer because no. Hell no. I felt like she decided to go with Diddy because she wasn't patient and diligent enough to stick it. Thank you. That's why I said in time she could have got all those same things, but instead of actually continuing to have that drive that I thought had, she decided, I guess, to take the easy way out and kind of get clouded by like fucking Feisty said, a drug dealer fantasy, I guess. I don't get it. I personally don't get it, but I guess she saw some benefit in it at some point or another, because they've been doing this for what? It's been like what, two years now, something like that. I don't know. Oh, I didn't know about that. I didn't know that either. That's a lot. That's a lot. Made saw a lot. He left me. Yeah, we got to think about the people that are no longer around him as well, whether that be because they have transitioned on, whether that have been by natural causes or by man's hand. We got to think about the people that he's worked with that have said that wasn't a good situation either. Aubrey was saying some stuff. I don't know if I think I have that here. Everybody was kind of saying some different stuff. So all that needs to be taken into account. Yeah, this is another one of those stupid comments by Benzino. He's another one. Don't you have your own personal issues going on, sir? You should probably not speak on everybody else's stuff. He said some dumb shit. Aubrey, she said, what you sow, you shall reap. I pray this emboldens all of us victims to finally speak on what we have endured. That's what oh, sorry, y'all. There is no too soon on this one, just too late. Like everybody was giving, I don't feel like talking about 50 Cent, but everybody was getting their now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done. They don't come like that unless they got a kid. Yeah, I mean, 50 Cent be talking out the side of his neck, I feel like sometimes, but yeah, I mean, things are gonna be
no Diddy.
Huh?
Mace said no Diddy. Okay, Mace was like, no Diddy. He's not here for
no Diddy
with the Diddy. Yeah, remember they had the hashtag on Twitter was hashtag no Diddy, like instead of
oh.
So he got the podcast with who is it?
Yeah.
Cameron. You know what I'm saying? So
don't say that name.
I don't know. I just know it's gonna be by the time it's over with, it's gonna be a lot of names that come up. And I just feel like I want 50 Cent. I know you said we weren't going to talk about him, but I want him to go ahead on and be quiet because, sir, you another one ain't want to pay your child support. You talk bad about your actors. Your show's getting canceled. And your hands ain't clean either. I just don't feel like you get to the level in which they get to hanging the circles, in which they get to, and your hands are still clean. I just can't believe that. Now, when his time gonna come, if his time gonna ever come, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it just seemed like all of them that run in them same circles, child, their hands be a little, the waters be muddy, the waters be murky. They all swimming in chocolate milk water. Ain't none of them in that crystal clean water. Because even if you didn't do anything, if you saw it, if you knew something was going on and you didn't report it, you just as guilty. Lock you up too.
Yeah. I saw something this morning and I went trying to do my own research, but I really didn't find any like concrete fucking articles or anything like that. But I seen somebody say, like, going back to Kim Porter, that like there was one autopsy done and then there was another, those results are put on hold, and then there was another autopsy done, and then I saw that they said that the first one, it said that she was poisoned, but I couldn't find anything concrete that said that. I don't know if anybody else had heard about that either, but yeah, it's been a lot, y'all. It's been a lot.
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I heard that because they say the manuscript from her book that she was writing about her life and what she experienced with him and everything else. They said once she was no longer on here, while she was resting in peace, the manuscript is missing. Where's the manuscript?
And then that coroner that did the initial autopsy, apparently he died. He transitioned on in 2019. So another person.
Did he transition on, or
he's no longer amongst the living? I'll say that. I thought they were trying to say it happened right after, but technically, oh no, right when they said they're about to start looking back into her case and reopen it, he mysteriously he passed on at 73 or 72. His name is Ed Winter, if I'm not mistaken. And he was the same one. He's done a lot of high profile autopsies and stuff, medical examinations for the celebrities over a lot of years. So I'm sick of these coincidences. They don't be coincidences
at all. None of it is a coincidence, but again, you have people who want to be up here opening their mouth, no neck Benzino. I need him to go find something to put between his head and his shoulders before he start commenting on here. Sir, your own daughter dragging you on the internet for being ain't shit. You had a whole, come on now, like let's not.
Yeah. I think actually
Kimora Simmons has Kim book, and probably LB Sure got that under lock and key box. Well, baby, listen, and I want the people to stop saying why LB Sure ain't speak up, because he been speaking up.
He has been.
He been speaking up, and then he ended up in a coma. Is that supposed to be a coincidence too? Child. Yep, Jaguar been speaking, but Jaguar have her issues too now. But she ain't. I ain't seen too much that she said was a lie yet.
I'm sure you guys have already heard about this too. I think we touched on it already. Sold off all his shares to an anonymous buyer that will be revealed in the next couple of weeks. Who do y'all think that the anonymous buyer was? Just,
I don't know. I saw some people saying 50 Cent. I thought maybe it might be somebody who was in close enough proximity to him where he can still kind of have some control and make some kind of money. Feisty, go to the corner now.
Yeah, I don't know if it was an official sale, to someone outside of the circle or somebody, or not his mom or his kid, somebody. I don't know if it was legit like that or not, but we'll only find out in time because they're not releasing the name yet. So we don't know yet, y'all. But I think that's really it for the most part. Surprisingly, that actually didn't take that long. Electronic seeds, we talked about that. We didn't talk about this.
I was personally disturbed many years ago. Okay, I know this man well enough to call him and say, hey, I need a favor.
Yeah.
And this might have been 10, 12 years ago that I called him and say, hey, I have a family member who I want you to hire them as an intern.
Yeah.
And I have never talked about this publicly. And he said yes. And they were flying around, one of the interns, Atlanta, Miami, whatever, on the jet, in the house, whatever. And then the internship stopped abruptly, like 3 or 4 months into it.
Yeah.
And I spoke to my family member, like, well, what happened? And they wouldn't say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did it end? He wouldn't say. And years later, they finally came out, and this is a male, and said that Puff had said, come home, stay the night with me, or the internship is over. And they said, absolutely not. He said, absolutely not. And the internship ended. But from there, I was like, oh, like this is how it goes. Okay, okay. I was personally disturbed many years ago. Okay, I know this man well enough to call him.
Oh, so yeah, y'all, that was if you didn't read the title, TV personality Trey claims his male family member abruptly ended his internship with Diddy after Diddy allegedly wanted them to spend the night together. So again, I'm just trying to give y'all all the information so that we could really paint the best picture as to where we are with all of the in the evidence gathering process, a part of the process, I should say. They no holds barred on gathering the evidence, which would be in their best interest right now, as the prosecution, I should say. But yeah, I think that's really all we have as far as articles. I think Cuba
I
Gooding
will
Jr.
never feisty.
Young Miami.
I will never feisty. Never.
Christina Karam, did we talk about her? That's the only other thing we didn't talk about. His chief of staff. Barb, I'm just gonna sit that one out. I'm just gonna sit that one out. I'm already, my mind is all over the place about the diddler fiddler, all that stuff. I gotta sit that one out. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's all I got.
I mean, I don't really have nothing to. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't really have nothing too much more. I'm gonna drop the link. We won't be here for a long time. If anybody want to come and express their opinion, I really want to hear May say something because she's hilarious. And then after that, child, I guess we'll keep y'all updated, whatever else they may have going on and coming up.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. Which I haven't refreshed my screen in a little bit, so I can only imagine where we're at now. As far as with all these articles and stuff. Has anything else came out in the last hour? Let's see. Let's see.
Girl, I hope ain't nothing else came up. I can't take no more. I feel like every time I close my eyes, it's more.
Oh no,
Every time I blink.
No, just assignment on his way to another country, but I don't see Diddy so far. I can't even deal. I haven't even been able to focus on any of that because we just been talking about this. Former extra host Tanika Ray claims she has a horrific story about Diddy. Nothing that is happening is surprising. Jeez.
That's the one I was telling you about.
Yeah, you didn't put it in the thing though, so I didn't see it until just now. Oh my gosh.
I thought I did.
I remember her. I remember her. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I know I remember her. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember her. I had to look it up real quick. But I don't see anything else.
Good evening, Barb.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm a little perturbed right now. I would like
stay perturbed.
To please ask your co-host to issue a formal and public apology to the community of Jaguars.
For what? I don't,
She's been very disrespectful and has maligned the prophetess Jaguar, right? And she was right all this time about this man, about nigga love. And I think your co-host needs to issue a retraction. That's the responsible thing to do.
We can all agree that clocks are right at least 2 times a day, right? Okay. So
Barb, you don't have
yeah,
to participate in her foolishness. You don't have to do that.
I'm gonna just mute myself then. I'm gonna just y'all
You don't have to participate in her foolishness. I just, it's okay to admit you were wrong, Miss Reeves. It's okay.
Jaguar be wildin'. That's all I know. Period.
But did she
Girl,
lie?
first of all,
I know, not about this.
did she pay them people?
Huh?
Did she pay them people that money for them that rent that she wasn't paying for them people pool when they arrested her? That's what you worry about.
That's
what
not
you
the
worry
topic.
about.
Let's stay
You
on
worry
topic.
about you
Let's
worry
stay on
about
topic.
you worry about
Let's
helping
stay
her
on
set up a GoFundMe so she don't have to be living in apartments. Okay, so she don't have
Don't
to live in
poverty
apartments. So she
shame.
don't have to be
Don't
going
poverty
to the
shame.
hotel.
Don't poverty shame her.
I'm
We
trying
all know
to
that
help
she's
you help
been
your
having some
friend. That's your
trouble.
friend. You
You
part of her
know she has
community.
been
You part of her
she has
community.
been under attack,
You part of
and
her
she
community.
has
Go
been
pay
on
the
the
collection
run
plate for her.
from the cartel. And there's some inside people working with the cartel that has been harassing her and has been endangering her life. So she has not been able to have a stable home environment, but she has.
You see how that work? You see how that work? I'm gonna put you
That
on
was
mute.
not
Cause girl, we're not about to do this.
You got to stop being childish.
What you got? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna grow up when I make 80. I'm gonna be a Toys R Us kid forever. What you got next? What you got to say about nigga love, as you so affectionately call him?
Affection.
I said, as you so affectionately call him, that's what you call him, nigga love.
It ain't out of affection. I can't believe you used that word. I just have been, I have been waiting anxiously for this man's downfall. I am excited, but not as excited as I'm gonna be when nigga sense turn comes to play. Oh, I am actively praying for that man's downfall every day. If he has no haters, y'all need to check my pulse. I am actively praying for that man's downfall. I cannot wait. I am going to throw a party. It is going to be a soiree that is out of this world. Him and nigga Budden. I just can't wait to see it happen. Curtis, your time is coming.
Well, girl, I ain't gonna say I am praying on that man's downfall.
Because you
I
too
ain't gonna
busy
say
hating on
I'm praying on
Jaguar.
that man's downfall. But I feel like, excuse me.
Go ahead and finish your point.
I will say, but when his time come, I will be watching because he's rude, and I don't like him. But I'm not gonna actively pray on his downfall. You know what I'm saying? But
Well, I am.
But the diddler time is here. I wonder who else names is gonna come up. Mace, why you didn't click the link? Hi, Macy Pooh, you don't have to come on camera, girl. We know you got some stories. You from New York. What them people out there doing in New York? How
Meek
soon
Mill
do you
probably
think
somewhere
after
reading
they've collected this evidence? Do you think we're gonna get an indictment soon within the next week or two?
unless he got one more get out of jail free card in his back pocket.
I don't know.
His money ain't gonna be money in. Hey, cutie.
Hi, sis. They have to be very cognizant of where they're at and the gathering the evidence part, because once the indictment is issued, the clock is gonna be a ticking. So I hope we'll know once that is issued. Then we really buckling up.
I don't necessarily, y'all know I'm with a little tad bit of a conspiracy theorist, but I don't necessarily agree with the idea that they raided his home just to hide evidence against other people. I don't believe that for 1 second. Like, if he mysteriously died or got sick out of nowhere, then yeah, I would be like, what he know? But no, I think it's been pending. We know the feds be watching and lurking for a long time before you ever even know there's an investigation about you. And from my understanding, this has been coming out of New York. I just think it's some people in New York that got it out for him. And I don't think it's a coincidence that a few years ago, he uprooted everybody and moved from New York to Los Angeles to make that his permanent home. Because prior to that, his permanent home was in New York. He moved him and all of his kids and all the baby mamas with him too, except for Misa. Misa said, I ain't going.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he knew, like, I mean, somebody asked online, like, why do they have it out for him? And it's like, they've been having it out for him since 1999, that nightclub shooter. I just think it's kind of hard to see somebody get away with literally murder. Somebody get away with something, and then they kind of just get to revamp their image and make it seem like there's some good guy. And I mean, I think it's also very important to like understand too, like, you know, in the 90s, that whole bad boy, we had the East Coast, West Coast beef or whatever. So in the 90s, he was like every other, you know, rapper or whatever. But in the 2000s, he made a mass transition into like all these different entities in media. So we got the whole, remember you had that nightclub thing happening at one point? Then he was doing all those productions with MTV. Then they started getting him in acting. I think people forget that he was in like Monsters Ball with Halle Berry. And when they redid A Raisin in the Sun with Felicia Rashad, he was doing all of these different, you know, movies and stuff. All of a sudden he was an actor. And then all of a sudden he was doing like charity work and stuff, like, and he changed his name. Like, that's gotta hurt when you're a prosecution and you know for sure you got evidence that he did something, and then they just get to go and all of a sudden just be like some type of philanthropic saint. There's always somebody waiting for you to get your justice. And he's just one of several people who, when they were in their prime, that not only was their money long, but also their reach. And they were able to get away with some of the most heinous crimes. And then they got a little older and their reach got shorter. And then that was the perfect time to pounce. We saw that happen with Suge Knight. We obviously saw that happen with R. Kelly. Now it's his turn. Bill Cosby is another one. Harvey Weinstein. Like, it just, at some point, the old guards are going to get old.
Yeah, I think it's pretty black and white. Like,
the gatekeepers are going to get replaced. The question is, who's next? I got my theories. I said off camera.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree that it's only a matter of time, and his time is now. Yeah, Mace, I literally just said that apparently he was a high profile.
I love the way Mace put that. He never died before, so when he did, Kim's autopsy, he died.
To look back into it, he just died. Like,
yeah, there's been a lot of mysterious stuff that have been happening. That have gone, like I said, is there any evidence that links back to him? No, but is it really weird that all the people who have, like, who could corroborate or disclaim any claims that he may make have all mysteriously died or nearly died? Shout out to Al B. Sure. It's weird. It doesn't make you look any better. But the thing that annoys me about people being like, I can't stand it. Oh, y'all trying to take a black man down. Everybody turns into Marcus Garvey and Dr. Umar when it comes to getting these sexual predators out of our community. Everybody all of a sudden wants to be righteous and stuff. And I'm like, well, yeah, I don't care what color you are. I'll stand in line to tear a black man down if he harming the community. But we're not going to sit here and act like these rumors haven't existed for a long time. And aside from all the like essay accusations, like, we've actively seen him screw over his artists. Yep. Still they're publishing. I mean, I can't help but think about Black Rob. What he did to Black Rob was so heinous. And the way that man died, and we had to bully him on the internet just to pay for his funeral services. You deserve something. You have amassed a large amount of wealth on the backs and the pain of people who have nothing to show for it. Even with Making a Band, Danny Kane was saying they made no money their first album. I just watched the interview earlier. I don't know if you guys watched Making a Band, the one with the girls, Making a Band 3, like that. But the young lady Dominique, she was one of my favorites when I watched that season back in the day. But Dominique was saying, I mean, again, we have Diddy of Bad Boy, and we also have an MTV production, and they were only being given like $100 a week per diem, and they weren't even providing those girls food at the time. And they made a killing off of making the band. Just in time for them to pick the girls and them, because they become Danity Kane and they do their first album, and they made no money off of their first album. He made a killing off of them.
Back up.
His time is now.
Did you say $125 a day and didn't pay them and didn't feed them?
No, baby, not $100 per day, $100 per week. And they were not being provided food. The only thing they were giving them was somewhere to stay, somewhere to sleep. So that $100 per week had to take care of all your expenses.
He had them
and
working for a cheesecake.
Well, that was season 2. But yeah, he had them running around Central Park.
I mean, it don't matter. I'm just saying, period. Like y'all,
and they had the budget. They had the budget to feed them, at least provide food for them. They had the budget for that, if nothing else. And she was saying how she pretty much got by. She don't know what the other lady said, but her aunt, either her aunt or her grandmother lived in the Bronx. So she was able to, on their off time, she was able to like go to her family's house and get food and stuff when she needed it. That's crazy. They made a killing off of making the band.
Mm-hmm. And even if MTV didn't want to provide these people food, it's the right thing to do, especially with you having all your money and you around here selling all these damn velour jogging suits that every Negro in the hood had. And you can get them, you can roll the churches and get three 20-piece meals and feed them people. And y'all know back then you could get a 20-piece meal in the 90s, in the early 2000s. You get a 20-piece meal from churches for about $15 with 3 large sides and 6 biscuits.
Oh, and Mace, Farnsworth Bentley has been hinting at some things for a while now. He's never come out and publicly said, but I got a feeling the interview is going to happen with him within the next few months. Somebody going to get an interview and pay him handsomely for it, because he's been hinting at stuff for an extended period of time.
Right.
And all the celebrities that he's been cool with have already started distancing himself. The real ones, not Slim Perm, relaxed beard thug. I'm talking about like Mary and Mason, all of these people, because Mary made sure she posted, baby, I don't hang with people like that. Don't get fooled by the pictures.
Yep.
That's wow.
Speaking of which, guys,
Baby,
off
I'm
topic,
not about to be nowhere where they don't feed me. I wouldn't have cared about making that man.
Off topic, but Mary J. Blige and Mariah Carey. Y'all know Mariah Carey's my favorite singer. They both are up for induction for the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. Can y'all go vote for them when y'all get a chance?
Wait, say who again?
I'm gonna vote for
who again?
Mary J. Blige and Mariah Carey. They both are up for induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I'm gonna vote for Mary J.
Yeah.
Why? But you can vote for more than one person. Why would you do that? This is why you and I have problems. No, but this is why you and I have problems. Hold on, excuse me, Barb. I know. Listen, but this is why you and I.
I'll vote for Mariah Carey when she stops singing them Christmas songs and just show up and wave and say Merry
You don't like
Holiday.
Christmas? You don't think Jesus should have been born? What's the problem with Christmas?
Girl, they ain't got nothing to do with the fact that she can't hit them high notes.
You just proving. You are just proving. Can you hit the high notes? You are proving just how hateful you are. You are just proving how hateful you are. First Jaguar, not Mariah. What's ridiculous is how you are clearly trying to target me.
If I wanted to target you, I'd throw you a biscuit.
It feels like I'm being targeted. And then I would throw it back because I'm the queen of biscuit benevolence.
I know biscuit benevolence.
Girl, you are discriminating against biscuits
drop
too?
the link in the chat.
Are you discriminating against biscuits too? When did you get to be so hateful?
No, but I don't like the strawberry.
I will post the link. Thank you guys.
Drop the link, girl, so these people, so the people can vote, girl. Y'all vote for who y'all want to vote for. I'll vote for Auntie Thigh High Boots Mary J. Blige.
You can vote up for 7 people. I think Kool and the Gang is nominated, and Cher and Sade. It's a few people nominated, but you're not vote for everybody black.
And Lenny Kravitz. Why you people vote for Sade?
Because Sade's not my favorite singer.
Mariah Carey
You
is your
asked me
favorite
why.
singer.
That's the
That
truth.
says a lot.
She is.
Um,
She is. She is one of the vocal trinity. Yes, she
anything
is.
else on anything else on brother love, nigga love,
I would not be calling.
nigga
That's not
Diddy,
my
the
brother.
diddler,
That's nigga diddly. I like
the Joker,
that.
nigga diddler. I don't know. Anything else about him you would like to say before
I
we
may get a
go?
t-shirt made when he finally gets locked up. I might get a t-shirt made.
I'm just looking forward to not having more victims come forward.
That's it. I'll be outside the courthouse pop locking. That's it.
More than enough for me.
Oh, one more thing.
Not
Can we please stop referencing them grown sons as children? I understand that those are his children, but they are not children. We are talking about a 26-year-old and a 30-year-old. Those are grown men. Those are grown men. They are old enough to vote, drink, and rent a car. They are not children. Thank you.
I agree with that.
Well, yes, ma'am. And with that being
Like I,
said, we thank you for
like
coming
I,
up. Don't forget to drop the link though, so people can vote.
Yeah,
Don't forget to drop the link though, so the people can go vote for Mariah Carey, Sade, and Auntie Mary J. Blige. But with that being said, y'all, I don't really have anything else. I've been over here clicking and searching. I haven't seen anything new come out. I guess we'll be getting something as the evidence be processed. I mean, whatever they can kind of say. I don't think we're going to get too much from that, because they have to prepare for whatever's coming down the line. Once again, these people have been detained. They have not been arrested. There are no mugshots. And as far as we know, there have been no indictments. So with that being said, sis, you got anything else?
No, that'll be all. Well, until we find something else, or until something else comes across the timeline, we will be back with more then. But we enjoyed y'all. That's about it.
And we shall see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.
Bye.